Good Monday morning from all of us here at the National Weather Service here in Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm meteorologist James Morrow with your weekly weather impact briefing for Central North Carolina for the period of Monday, September 23rd through Sunday, September 29th, 2019. If you are listening to this after the fact, I highly recommend going to weather.gov/Raleigh to get the latest weather information possible there. So we keep that site updated as updated as possible, and that will be where the best location to get updated weather information would be. All right, so moving ahead here, here's a look at sunrise across the tropical Atlantic Ocean. If you look back in the mainland U.S. here, you're seeing bright sunny skies here across central North Carolina. Not even much in the way of fog or even low stratus formation across the area here, with high pressure remaining in control. And we're really seeing a lot of warmer than normal, and certainly definitely the heat has been the main story the last couple days across mainland. But the tropical Atlantic remains pretty active, with Jerry beginning to spin across just off the southeastern coast, a few hundred miles, heading in the general vicinity of Bermuda here. You can see the rotation this morning is actually undercutting a lot of the convection. So the convection's on the right side, with the main rotation actually peeking through there. You can see it really well on visible satellite. We have a disturbance down here, which is now Tropical Storm Karen, and that is expected to continue in the northern type directory and then possibly make a little bit of a left turn here. So we'll be keeping a close eye on that. We're still well over a week away from any impact nearing the southeastern United States or portions of the islands down here east of Florida. But it's something to keep an eye on, because models continue to show an area of high pressure sinking down south, and that could steer it a little bit toward the west here, toward mainland United States. So that's something we'll keep an eye on. And then you're seeing some more activity coming off the coast of Africa, which is now Tropical Depression 13. So tropics remain active. We are in the most active period there now that we are now progressing into the fall season. So as of 3:50 a.m. this morning, the fall equinox occurred. And that is when the sun is directly located over the equator as it's starting to venture further south toward the Tropic of Capricorn. And we're going to start seeing days become a lot shorter. And certainly, even though it doesn't feel like it out there now, and this presentation or briefing isn't going to showcase it, but things are certainly not fall-like here. But we're going to start trending in that general direction here over the next few days. So as I alluded to, we're really seeing that warmer than normal air mass sticking overhead. Luckily, the dew points have been a little bit lower, so it hasn't felt too oppressive out there, but certainly temperatures in the 90-degree range will be possible today and as we go into midweek. So we do have a weak cold front that's approaching the region later today into tomorrow, but that front is expected to remain mostly dry. And it will give us a brief reprieve from some of the excessively warm temperatures, but we're still seeing those upper 80s or mid to upper 80s in the forecast, at least for the next few days, and then 90s returning later in the week. So as we go through the week, rain chances are going to remain very minimum, but we do have a couple of boundaries that are going to sink through, and that's going to cause a little bit in the way of fluctuations in temperatures, but we're still going to remain above normal, at least for the next 7 days or so. Chances for thunderstorms remain almost zero across the area, at least over the next 3 days, with little in the way of precip and certainly little in the way of thunder expected through Wednesday. Taking a little bit longer look in the way of precipitation, we're really not looking at much across the next 7 days. You see maybe talking less than 1/10 of an inch creeping in across the southeastern portions of North Carolina, but that's probably on the we're not looking at very widespread precipitation amounts, and that best chance will be as that front sinks south on Wednesday or Tuesday and lingers across the area across the south there Wednesday into Thursday. And that's going to be your best chance of seeing a couple of showers across maybe Sampson County, the southeastern Sandhills. But even there, they're not looking at appreciable rainfall, at least over the next 7 to even 10 days. And because of that, we've actually seen drought conditions beginning to creep further east into now the central Piedmont of North Carolina. Areas that saw rainfall from Dorian have been pretty well spared from the drought so far, but with a good 10 to 15 day period of little to no rainfall, expect these conditions to worsen and expand even further toward the east as we go across the next 7 days or so. As we talked about a little bit earlier, the tropics do remain active. We have Tropical Storm Jerry that should remain well east of the continental U.S. Could impact portions of Bermuda, but it should take a pretty hard turn to the right here in the next 2 days or so and continue out to sea. Keeping a bit closer eye on Karen, which is going to go north, could impact portions of Puerto Rico, and then finally maybe swing to the left, depending on exactly what that area of high pressure does just to its north. So we'll be keeping a close eye on that. Some model solutions do keep it to the right, while some keep it to the left. At this point, not a direct impact or expecting direct impacts from this system in North Carolina, but something we're going to keep an eye on in the next 7, 10, even 15 days as we keep an eye on this system. And further off toward the African coast here, we have Tropical Depression 13, which is expected to strengthen into hurricane status as it makes its trek to the west. Right now, looking to stay relatively over water. We'll be keeping a distant eye on that, but that's still about 2 weeks away from getting anywhere close to the continental U.S. With the start of the new season, it's always good to go over some of the and share with your constituents some of the dangers that the fall season brings here in central North Carolina. That includes tropics, wildfires, drought, certainly some fog, and also we still have some lingering thunderstorm chances and things across the area. So keep in mind, and if you're interested in more information, go to weather.gov/safety for more details on that. So a quick summary: quiet but warm weather conditions expected across central North Carolina this week. Rain chances remain near zero, with the best chance of maybe seeing a spare shower or two on Wednesday, as a stationary front overhead brings maybe the possibility of a quick shower or so. But we should remain below 15% chances for precipitation across the area through the next 7 days, with a warmer and drier than normal air mass expected to remain overhead, at least for the next half a month or so as we progress into October. At this point, I'm going to pause the presentation, and I'd be happy to take any questions that you may have.